You pretend like you hard, but you not, Ja. You got a $200 million contract, and you want people in the NBA to think you hood, to think you gangster, because you roll with these type of people, bro. You putting yourself in harm's way when you don't have to. Nobody looks at you, Ja, and think, man, that's a thug. He hood. He down. He about that. You not. Stop pretending. You're not gonna do nothing. What you're gonna do is get yourself in trouble, put yourself and your family in harm's way for street cred?
This video is brought to you by birchgold.com, birchgold.com. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Former president recently issued a warning for Mar-a-Lago, and he quoted, our currency is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard, which will be one of the greatest defeats, frankly, in 200 years. Some experts believe that there's a serious threat to the future value of the U.S. dollar because of inflation, the deficit spending, and also the increase in the national debt. One asset that has withstood famine, war, economic upheaval, dating all the way back to Jesus and them in the Bible is gold. And you can own it in a tax shelter retirement account with the help of Birch Gold. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k, maybe from a previous employer, into an IRA in gold. And the best part is that you do not have to pay a penny out of your pocket. Text Brandon to 989898 and claim your free information kit on gold. Think about this. In March of this year, when the banks faltered, the stock market faltered, and gold surged. Birch Gold can help you find how to protect your savings with gold. Birch Gold is an A+ rated business with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied customers. Text Brandon to 989898 and get your information kit today. They're the experts, not me. Text Brandon to 989898. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications anytime I go live, make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel. Like this video, comment on it. Let's get into this. Ja Morant. I just actually officially watched the video of Ja Morant. And I don't know, like, I'm confused. Why would a man flash a gun? You know, if he was like a gangster in the hood selling dope and struggling to make it, I get it, bro. You got to get it how you live. You are a multi-millionaire. Why are you flashing guns in a strip club and then get in trouble for it, and then flash after you signed a $195 million contract, you go flash a gun in I don't even know what kind of car they in. Look like a Rolls Royce. You flash you flash your gun. Let me see what car it is. You flash your gun in a car. No, that's not a Royce. What kind of car is that? Is that a G-Wagon? Well, either way it go, it shouldn't be impounded. Why would he? But look, y'all follow me on this. I'm watching a video right now, and his homeboy, they thugging. So y'all just picture people thugging, and you know what I'm talking about. They in the car on IG Live. They jumping around in the car. His homeboy is got his hand up in the air in a signal like a gun. So he got a fake gun in his hand. And he's signaling like a gun. And then he happened to turn the camera on Ja, and Ja got a real gun in his left hand while driving a car with no seatbelt on. I cannot believe my eyes. Ja Morant is the kid's talent level is out of control. Ja Morant could be the next, I don't want to say LeBron because nobody's going to be LeBron and Michael, but what do you think, Nick? Ja Morant could be one of the greatest basketball players. I don't watch basketball. I saw a highlight of Ja Morant run the court and boom on somebody, and I said, who is this guy? He dunking on everybody. The kid got skills. He's probably one of the most athletic basketball players in the league. And he just signed a $195 million contract that could be worth $200 million, $220 million. And what leadership, his daddy, I'm mad. And you know what? I'm mad at his daddy.
But I'm telling you, this is the culture without a father. Now without a father having an impactful influence. But I'm gonna go to what Stephen A. Smith said, because I think, like I said, a broken clock, he's right twice a day. Wrote a clip.
Look in the camera, say what I'm about to say to John Morant. You are a superstar. You're 23 years old. You got a deal that kicks in next year that could exceed $231 million over the next 5 years. And on this show, on national television, there's you associated with police. Think about that for a second. And then ask yourself, is it really, really worth it? You know the answer to that, bro. It's not worth it. You can't have stuff. And last but not least, his dad, to T. Morant. Nothing but love and respect for you, sir. You are his daddy, not his friend. His daddy. I'm not saying you can't be friends, but you're his father. And so when we see this kind of stuff going on, all of y'all get lumped in, because it ain't just a 23-year-old John Morant that needs to protect himself. It's all of you who love him, who want to protect him, who wishes for the best for him. You have an obligation to look out for him too.
His daddy be coming to the games. Bro, what are you doing? His daddy dressed like a hip-hop star too. Man, raise your kid before he fumbled the bag. Your kid has pushed the eject button on the bag. He got a bag of money and he threw it out the window. To ride with his homies, flashing a gun on Instagram Live. I don't even know what to think about this. Why are black youth, and it's not everybody, right? There's a lot of guys in the NBA that are just fine. They'll never be stupid enough to flash the gun on IG Live. But why are young black men doing this? And we can't say, oh, it's just they're young. Well, I ain't never seen a white guy and white kids in the car doing this and flashing guns. Well, you show me an NBA player and I'll shut up. I'll give you $100. I'll send it to you on Zelle. You show me, I'll give you $100 for anybody that can show me a white player doing what we see John Morant doing. And then therefore the question is, why is it that young black men are in this culture? In a culture, and we always cry about generational wealth and other than that. Man, you know how set his family would be at $195 million? Now, of course, he's not going to get the whole $195 million, right? I mean, it's $195 million guaranteed, but you know, after your age, after you pay ungodly amounts of taxes, you finna be really looking at like $120 million. But that's still, I mean, you might not be looking at that. He may be looking at like $80 million. That's still way more money than some people's families have seen since the inception, since Jesus died. If you add up some family lineage, they have never made $80 million over 10, 15 generations. And you got that much money in your hand and you on IG Live flashing a gun. I'm trying not to be crazy with him, man, because he must be mentally ill. He must got a mental illness. I do not understand why a young man would throw his career away like that.
Let me read you from an inside source in the NBA that has direct access to Commissioner Adam Silver, who will decide John Morant's penalty, along with Joe Dumars, an executive VP, a former two-time champion with the Pistons. That dude who's now a czar within the NBA league office. Let me read to you what was sent to me by someone who has direct access to both of them. You can pick up the phone and call him right now. This is what he said. Stephen A. on John Morant. Behavior detrimental to the league. Best interest of the game. Those two clauses that are relevant here. Public perception is also important. It is not a right to play in the NBA. It is a privilege. Because the NBA was so lenient in the first incident, a strong message must be sent to John Morant, his family, and his boys. Minimum half-season suspension without pay, and if continued misbehavior exists, potential loss of his guaranteed extension. Also, as gambling becomes more profitable as a source of revenue to a league and its teams, players' character and the quote-unquote integrity of the game will be tested and become a more public issue. So the message of prevention of an outside force ever negatively affecting the outcome of a game must be delivered emphatically.
I'm kind of jealous because I'm like, bro, you could have just gave me the money if you gonna throw it away. Just, your signing bonus, bro. I could have took that money and I could have built a legacy for your family on the money you threw away. But anyway, I'm not gonna continue to go down this path. But I think that his father should be ashamed of himself. He shows up at the basketball games, looking like they both the same age, and his daddy ain't telling this boy to not do these things. You're not holding your son accountable. What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? What does it profit a man to be an NBA player yet fumble the bag because he's ignorant? See, one day you're going to see my son in the MLB. I believe my son can play in it. He's definitely going to get drafted first. He'll probably be the first baseball player taken if he wants to play baseball. Not over my dead body will my son ever do something like this. Because I'm preparing him now not to act like this. I show him an example as a man now not to act like this. So he can create and generate substantial generational wealth. Ja Morant should be ashamed of himself and his father. Sad that these young men doing the stuff they doing.